Hello there, everyone. Welcome to another episode here on Oxyotl. Episode 10 is upon us, and I do have an imminent rebellion here in the jungle of webs and in the southern Badlands. So a lot of problems with control. That's something typical with the Lizardman, actually, and especially with Oxyotl, because he doesn't get like the contiguous terrain. As you can see, you can play it normally, but of course you would miss out on the bonuses from the old visions. So what I want now is for Oxyotl to go into the Badlands to defend that position. And it's kind of sad because I was planning on Oxyotl just controlling just one more province here, and I cannot. But oh well, I guess it will have to wait for some, later on. I do manage to get this upgraded and I'll get some income out of there. So, yep, I'm going to travel here and we're going to finish off Malagor, actually. Finally, the opportunity shows up to finish off Malagor. Yeah, he's in a good mood for a fight. He's already leaving. But there's this problem that there's a lot of Gorbat's armies here, a couple of them fully, and I don't know why I'm taking attrition. This guy is immune to attrition, but okay. Yeah, I could even auto-resolve it, but he has a giant, he has a manticore, he has some harpies, he has some stuff that can deal some damage. Malagor himself, so I just want to give him some closure, let's say. So my chameleon skink's perfect. They're in the water, that's where they love it. They're gonna have a lot of targets for without shields, so that's perfect for them, and Malagor as well. I already deployed, of course, in my typical zigzag faction there with the great weapons behind. That's always typical that I like to do. Chameleon Stalkers don't have shields, which is a shame. If they had, they would be just too perfect. But I did put the Bastillodon Revivification Crystals on the sides, and the purpose here is to deny any, dogs or any sort of cavalry units that the AI may have to do this. So Malagor is coming in, and I don't know if that's good for him or not. But yeah. My chameleon skinks attacking from the water. They do better in the water, by the way, because they are aquatic. It's not often that it can be useful, but in this case it was actually quite useful. There was a glitch there with the health, did you notice? Yeah, so skinks, of course, not naturally aquatic, but it does state in the card that they are aquatic, so I don't know how the ability works if it is not there, but I mean, well, at this point, Malagor arrives, he's trying his Flock of Doom shenanigans, but I think we're gonna just press delete in Malagor, and I'm in. He's halfway health with a couple of shots, and now he's done for it. So if Torox didn't survive, why did you think you would survive it? I mean, if Torox died fast, everything dies fast, But let's appreciate the battle a little bit. Let's see. So overall, my Bastillodon did its job. It's avoiding these units from coming in too strong, and the chameleon skinks just overwhelmed the other place. So right now, all we have to do is just watch the battle unfold. I don't have a lot of missiles to go against the giant, but I got, good units to deal with him, and my Bastillodons are now focusing firing him, so it should be fine. It's not like they're prepared for that, but some fireballs, some solar engines, and should be fine. Yeah, and almost everyone is just routing except the giant and the lords there. So I'm pretty sure I should be just fine. Oxyotl is even hitting the giant. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but that's because the giant has a lot of health. I mean, it's not like he's just doing too little damage. He's doing constant damage. He's hitting every shot, so I cannot ask for too much for him. The main purpose of Oxyotl is like it's a lord that you don't really have to worry about protecting too much. He can handle himself, mostly because he can stalk, he can ambush, you know, he can just stay away, he can do some damage without you having to worry too much whether or not he gets attacked. And that's the key principle here. He's a defensive sort of lord in that he can do some damage. He's not Scarbrand, of course, but he'll do some damage and he'll stay behind as you need. So, there we go, that's the end of Malagor, which is great, finally. I really dislike when the beastmen get a foothold and start doing some issues. Malagor specifically always gets fine, you know? It would be better if the beastmen actually had became an empire, of course, but it's not. What I mean is that they're difficult, you know. If they would be building empires all the time, people would be complaining because they have a lot of options to flee from you and to hide from you. So it would be kind of like fighting Skaven as well. It would be just another Skaven situation, you know. So I'm just taking the opportunity with some of the gold that I have to build up some stuff in the sanctums. I was thinking of getting yet another sanctum, but yeah. So I'm gonna get 2 Bastiladons, and it's not for him, it's actually to give to the other guy. Ugh, I keep moving back and forth units. But at least 6 turns from now, we're gonna have some more buildings, and we're gonna be able to do what we need. For now, no heroes here that I can recruit. I can recruit yet another Skink Shift. This could be a nice scouting hero. So I'm just gonna go with the Determined here. No reason why not. There's nothing particularly important like a 5% movement range or something like that for a scout. I was thinking of defeating that army there, the rogue army, the rogue pirates, but I think I'm gonna go for it, and suddenly they're not there. So I guess someone cleared them up before. But yeah, this guy's gonna stay here for a while. And okay, we got an imminent rebellion here in the Awakening. And we're gonna have some control issues, but of course we can always handle rebellions with Oxyotl jumping around if it needs be. And I was thinking Oxyotl, maybe he could conquer some other place, but he couldn't. So I'm now considering I gotta advance on Tzeentch and gotta dominate the full southern Chaos Lands. And then decide, do I go into Lustria? I think Lustria is gonna be mostly confederated. And I should go on the southern hemisphere here. So I'm trying to get to the Dragonhorn mines, but then I don't have any visions. But then I was thinking maybe I should just go back. I'm losing some gold. I could have some upkeep reduction here. Yeah, and suddenly I'm earning some more money. I'm gonna get some more, you know, because of the turns. I'm gonna get a better army near over here, and I'm thinking Tzeentch. I gotta try and see if Tzeentch is the path here. You don't have to face Tzeentch, by the way, by your objectives, but of course it's much better when you do. And let's go. The good thing is that I'm developing everything like to tier 3 really fast. Like that initial province is going already to tier 4 and it's turned 39. And I had that issue with growing, with the construction times. So it went on 9 turns for that, which is typically it's not. It's like 6 or something, or 7 or whatever. I would love to get a better army for this guy, but right now all that I want is just a presence to avoid having issues, you know. Oh, that's nice. One that I don't want an alliance with is likely Teclis, because I would want the places from him, and I was hoping that Tzeentch would take out Teclis. Later on, it's going to be tricky still, so I don't know if they are going to be able to, but I would love to take Teclis's locations. Hopefully I can, without, you know, causing too much issues later on against other high elves. But then again, I'm planning to go full map completion, so eventually I'll have some issues, I'll have some problems. So this is where I'm thinking I need the upkeep building there instead of the army ability there. But yeah, I think the music is too high sometimes. I'm gonna have to lower it down. I just like hearing the music. Sometimes people lower it too much, but I think it's too high here. So you're not gonna hear it too high because I've lowered it. So I want a sanctum and I want to be able to watch here. So I think I'm gonna build a sanctum on Tzeentch's lands to do this. Yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine. Everything is cool here too. Oh, I can upgrade. That's nice. Replenishment rate in case I'm here. Friendly. Yeah. The vigor loss reduction also helps a lot. And the garrison lord. Yeah, I'm checking the victory conditions, and I only had to complete visions of the old ones. And I get hero capacity +3, which is excellent. That will give me some skink oracles. And yeah, everything else, it's just following the visions, and I like that. It's so easy, and at the same time, it's simply putting you to use the visions and to learn how to do that. So I already checked diplomacy. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Likely this isn't the last time that I'm going to check diplomacy on this turn. This is the part of the playthrough where I start double checking everything, just to be sure, because I really want to be able to do a full map conquest with Oxyotl faster than I've done before. You know, I've done recently a video about it, and I wanted to apply those same principles of like, I make alliances, yes, or make trade agreements, yes, but always with the purpose of you know, betraying them as soon as possible to get the necessary one. March of Chaos. Oh, I got to ambush now or not. That's nice. I can even not resolve this. I mean, you already know how it will go. I fought a bigger army than that, and all that I want is just some gold. So that's cool. We no longer have their upkeep from defeating Clan Ashen. Some Blessed Chameleon Skinks. That's awesome. That will be for one of the armies, that's for sure. Likely this one, actually. So Chocomel is going to grant those Chameleon Skinks to someone else. I don't mind having way too many armies as long as I'm fighting. But and especially with Oxyotl, you can always count that you're going to have at least one of the visions that gives you a lot of money. So let's see if I can find the... I was trying to find the army, but I'm going to find a sea encounter. So that's kind of fine. And by the way, all of this, I'm missing that he has the comet, because actually I have the heavens one, so you know, it's not like I need two comets there either. So I can perform the rite if necessary. I have these visions here. I kind of need to go and defeat this guy. And I kind of wanted to go there as well and finish off Scarbrand so that I could have more. The upkeep would be so nice, but yeah, the upkeep would be really nice, but I don't think I'm going to go for that. I think I'm going to go just for the other one, you know, complement my places. I don't want to have to move him now, so I'll move on the next turn. I could get the Blessed Chameleon Skinks, but I don't want the extra upkeep here. Instead, I think what I'll do is get a Sanctum here so that I can check what is going on. So... how is Tzeentch, by the way, in terms of provinces? Is that the only one, or he has 4 settlements? That's not bad, but the strength, he's strong, and he's only at war with Teclis. I gotta be aware of that, because I really want Tzeentch to overcome Teclis, or at least to make them bleed a little bit. So yeah, okay, let's build up some stuff, and if I have money, which I have, I'll build a sanctum there. So yeah, I think that's the idea here. So everything seems to be fine. Yeah, Ash Ridge Mountain. I don't know if I'm going to go against Clan Moors or if I'm just going to go against that other one, because I'm still divided here on destroying Scarbrand. He likely has some good armies there. Because I can get sanctums everywhere, by the way. It doesn't just mean that it is important. But I already built one this turn, so yeah. Next turn, I'm going to build another one, and that's it. I built one here because I really want to check how the upkeep works. I really want to have the upkeep here because I'm going to be sending Oxyotl back to just try and fight Tzeentch as possible. But I'll try to fight Tzeentch with the other army as well, you know. But yeah, that'll be next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.